individual cities, and they monitor these particular things. Fortunately, the last 4 or 5 years, black people have gone to a certain savage level, and that's good. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. When the Arabs was going across Africa, and, right after Muhammad, they went across Africa, and if you didn't submit to Islam, they cut your head off and you died.
First time I saw the prophets pick like, whoa. No one ever told I feel sick like, bro. Stomach all churning what I'm learning like, no. Also have my own flag not burning like, no. Fez a turban on other nations like, whoa. What's wrong with your people's minds like, whoa. Wanna take pics and talk for hours like, yo. Never felt this reppin' black power like, whoa. Never felt this reppin' chematology. Most of your black leaders teach tricknology. Egypt is North Africa, so is Morocco, in the farthest west. Mecca is Chicago, Mississippi, Nile River, Grand Canyon, Pharaoh. I'm Moroccan native, they call the mother spaceship. Disrespect Malik L, call him slave named Malcolm. Speak truth, watch blacks have a tantrum. Masked up like phantoms, age of corona. Catch the Heineken virus, not improper persona. Fall victim to lymphoma, pineal melanoma. Like whoa, when I read the Treaty of Verona. Whoa, when I read the Protocols of Zion. With goosebumps drinking roots of the dandelions, berries of the elders, grass of the lemons. Like whoa, how my people ride with these snitch felons.
People lost start telling like, whoa. Me felon. Oh, no. Twin towers explode like 9/11. Times 7 like melting down the church bells to fill a weapon. Too sick like Catholic priests playing with leeches. My wolf pack tear 'em apart, breaking the leashes. Bad night, bad mission, sad vision, past living, cash missing. I done seen it all before like fast life. Alhamdulillah, Stephallah, cash life. Feds getting involved, switching on flashlights. Allah, we appear like Wallah. Shematar, make 'em calm down, Goose Rabba. CNN show the hoax on the repeat. Corona is over, now George on a repeat. Like how would you survive? Everybody crash. Jesus, take the wheel, it's gonna be another rapture. Go to crisiscast.com right now. You'll see that we in the matrix. Right now, George Soros handing out paychecks. Right now, niggas mad cause they ain't get paid yet. Pipe down, I mean pope down. Pause all the savages, they only active to react to what is happening. What's happening? City ordinance, marriage rights, subjugate the womb, human trafficking.
Islam. GS is about to be crazy. Mufti's going wild.
All of that is black culture. You see, but I'm sitting down at the bus stop back in September, and I look down and there's somebody left a Bible there. And I guess the spirit was like saying, well, there's some stuff that tell you need to go in and retrieve. And I opened the Bible up and it went to Moab. And then I saw a story on Turner Classics, the story of Ruth. All of this stuff is nothing but, no matter these white faces or whatever, we didn't live in other lands and we were a universal people. And these stories of our people, that's all over the earth.
Where you murdering the beat? Red flag, wave it. Red tag, save it. Red green, what that means? Morris Lands, Bourbon. Who got claim LB? Not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, all pristine and so artful. Know thyself, the father from my art capstone. Rip the ground, we put it back to top. See some real engineering, really no Indians near here. Blackstone from the next planet. Still you have no talk, just a stick faggot. Batman still up in the cave, he got some sick gadgets. Where you murdering the beat? Red flag, wave it. Red tag, save it. Red green, what that means? Morris Lands, Bourbon. Who got claim LB? Not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, all pristine and so artful. Know thyself, the father from my art capstone. Rip the ground, we put it back to top. See some real engineering, really no Indians near here. Blackstone from the next planet. Still you have no talk, just a stick faggot. Batman still up in the cave, he got some sick gadgets. Nigga rich run a whole city with no power till apocalypse now. In the door cower. Red flag make a 7 as it raised. A flag above many that has waved. Self from here to save. I'm an all-Mac, got a lot of lip, chopped up to say back up. You see the red flag waving, red tag saving, red green, what I mean, Morris Land Bourbon. Who got claim Elvin, not the name MJ. Lush and green was the boss of all pristine and so off. Red flag waving, red tag saving, red green, what that mean, Morris Land Bourbon. We got claim Elvin, not the name MJ. Lush and green was the boss of them obscene, some cordial.
I value representation. This flag represents a nation. Collecting information, tracing our roots, not chasing, pacing our progress, doing more, saying less. Black, white, gray, MSF, RBG in our breath. The depth of what we do is best presented by how we grew. What's true is ear of the beholder till proof answers question over. Some call it closure, prefer to say we open since we still scoping for knowledge and others now awoken. Hoping little to not, prefer work, plan, plot, strategize to maximize the probability. We sock caught between honor and a smart place. The decisions that we make, ripple effects, minor or great, still I appreciate.
Red flag waving, red tag saving. Red green, what I mean, Morris Land Bourbon. Who got claim Elvin, not the name MJ. Lush and green was the boss of all pristine and so off. Red flag waving, red tag saving. Red green, what that mean, Morris Land Bourbon. We got claim Elvin, not the name MJ. Lush and green was the boss of some obscene, some cordial.
50,000-year-old ancestral claiming, flag in the ground, hear the flapping fabric sound. Red for the bloodshed or celestial realms. When all you see is fezzes and turbans, be overwhelmed. Standing on the squares, independent and fearless. From lower self to higher self, with no interference. 5-point star is her, we call her Venus. My niggas are Nagas, improper persona genius. In 3, 5, or 7 plus, whenever you see us. Moorish national disciples, Prophet Ali and Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius. The same frequencies preceding all man-made religions. Displaying decency, secret teaching of the ages. The heart is where the life is. Osiris is Orion, Horus, Mars, Sirius, Isis. Clear conceptions of your work during a crisis. Rep my flag till I'm dust or the husk is lifeless. Rep my flag, red, green, 5-point star, no gold fringes. Stand on my square, no liberty infringes. No rights violated, no Negroes emancipated. All they know is castrated and decapitated. Red flag, 5-point star.
Red flag waving, red tag saving, red green, what I mean, Morris Land Bourbon. Who got claim Elvin, not the name MJ. Lush and green was the boss of all pristine and so off. Red flag waving, red tag saving, red green, what that mean, Morris Land Bourbon. We got claim Elvin, not the name MJ. Lush and green was the boss of some obscene, some cordial, tops turban.
Northgate, Northgate, H2O flow, Chic, Canaanland Moist, Release Fall, Shalon Davis, salute, Hot House, check it. They say they wanna learn, they only debate, referencing the truth, trust me, they only sounded great. Study nationality before you question my estate. I'm not a minority, why you so late? Majority rules, here comes the test. Fact, that's my hand in the form of a feet on the chest. That's a womb that is blessed like a moon and a crest. Major forever, infinite mindset. Major from birth, that's a seed in process. I'm a more that is easy to digest. Competent, never Terranilius. That is my land, never vacant. Sacred traditions, petitions for what you're not Jamaican. Westmoreland to Portmore, everybody needs more. We feel please more. Following apostles, we should read more. I see the unseen more, we more. That's a fact. Canaanland.
They say they want to learn, complain classes are too long. Don't want it on a phone call, energy too strong. Get it from the wrong source, now they way off course. Think they must be Muslim and give up on all sports. Should give up the red meat, must give up on all porks. Won't be yelling haram when the bottles are uncorked. Eating with the spoon, use forks for tuning. Eating humble remember Pa, no ego ballooning. Samson 2 caterpillars, got him cocooning as the full moon hung spiral energy moving. Up through the crown chakra, energy shooting, and told me upload classes before live YouTubing. 16,000 subscribers, 20% consuming, 80% troll pretending to be tuned in. Comment on every video, pushing the thumbs down. We'll push the link when we live just like a clown. Pouring in the incompetence, always debating. Dissing Drew Ali but won't give their location. His image on the black banner, that's placation. Just get him out of here, Yusuf yells in frustration. We know they're playing games, we're not berating. Calling 911, scimitars penetrating. In defense of prophets and mothers abused. And newly awakened Moors, amused and confused. Islam Moors, all the Moors near Canaanland. Don't forget this Saturday. This Saturday is the annual cookout. Sponsored by 5 Principles Vegan Cuisine. So you already know how we get down when the food's around. 12 to 5 p.m. this Saturday. E.T. Seaton Park. Barbecue spot number 4. Entrance at 73 Thorncliffe Park Drive. Don Mills and Overly and Thorncliffe Drive. So this Saturday, we've been waiting, but it's here. It's here now. So we about to get it in. Get it in. Honors to all the Moors worldwide.
About him. I'm Moor, I'm anti-dirty Moor. Them Canaanland motherfuckers, them pussy ass niggas like that make all of the Moors look bad by doing that dirty ass shit. Them the niggas I don't like. And it ain't no secret. They knew that it was dirty Moor. That's why they tried to attack me for y'all.
See how Allah got his stuff. See how Allah got his stuff tripping out while he's trying to diss Canaanland? Why? Why does Allah have his stuff tripping out while he's trying to diss Canaanland? Why? How come? Oh, because Canaanland Moors, first ones with a Moorish museum. Canaanland Moors, the first ones with a temple here, where Noble Drew Ali said he wanted a temple here, and all these sellouts did nothing. Matter of fact, wherever you live at, is there a temple there? If there isn't one there, that's because of dirty Moors, like Rod Hayes. Dirty Moors, like all these indigenous people. Dirty Moors, like these Negro, black, colored whoever's trying to convince you that nationality doesn't matter. Trying to convince you that nationality is not the order of the day. Trying to convince you shouldn't listen to Canaanland Moors because we're dirty, and Rod Hayes, he's legit. He's legit. See how legit he is. Let's see. Let's test this out and see what's really good.
By a psychiatrist and a psychologist, I had a psychological counselor. I will sign a HIPAA release for anybody who think that there's anything off the rocker with me, so y'all can read the report. This is 100% legit. By the time I left, they wanted to leave with me. And so, being the Crown Prince, I have direct control of the armies of both heaven and hell.
Direct control of the armies of heaven and hell? Let's just see what the metaphysical meaning of heaven is, just so that we're clear. So he has direct control of the armies of the Christ consciousness. He has direct control of the armies of the realm of the divine mind. He has direct control of the state of consciousness in harmony with the thoughts of God. So if he has direct control, if this guy who went to get psychological assessment and all that stuff, trying to have you think that, oh yeah, they have this thing figured out. They have this thing figured out. How come that guy got shot 60 times? If it's like that, how come? So hold on a second. So highwaymen still murdering people right now, right? Highwayman murdering people right now. This guy has control, and he's doing nothing. People still getting murdered. You guys listening to this BS? Oh yeah, he said he had control of hell too, right? Let's just see what hell is. So he has direct control over the region of lamentations. He has direct control over the place of purifying fires. He has direct control over the place of defilement. Well, we could see that he has direct control over the place of defilement because
I've been evaluated
because this language here lets you know.
I'm anti-dirty more. Them Canaanland motherfuckers, them pussy ass niggas like that make all of the Moors look bad by doing that dirty ass shit. Them the niggas I don't like. And it ain't no secret. They knew that it was dirty more. That's why they tried to attack me for y'all listen to what I was telling y'all up the dirty ass rotten motherfuckers. Right? But now they showing they show up in their hand because I don't have to say nothing about none of them bitch ass niggas. But
didn't he just say something? I thought he didn't have to say something about us bitch ass niggas and all that stuff. So if he doesn't have to say nothing, why is he saying something? Are you dumb? You're dumb, aren't you? You're dumb just like him, I bet you. I bet you're dumb just like him. I guarantee you're a damn pedo pusher just like this guy. I bet you're a pedo pusher just like this guy.
Noble Ali took out the picture in 1929. He passed it off to Elijah Muhammad, but he sent another Moorish grand sheikh to feign the continuation of the Moorish Science Temple. That's to give Elijah Muhammad at least a 3-year head start to set his shit up.
Which I never told. I kept to myself. But the real reason is that Elijah Muhammad, the head of the movement, is the father of 8 children by 6 different teenage girls. 6 different teenage girls who were his private personal secretary. The one who first made me aware of this was Wallace Muhammad, Mr. Muhammad's son. And it was their fear that if I remained in the black Muslim movement, and this came into the knowledge of his followers, that they would leave him and follow me. A plan immediately was set in motion to take me down, put me out, and the statement that I made about Kennedy was used as a pretext to take me down.
Did you get out of what you take to protect yourself from this threat?
I take no steps. I have a rifle. If anybody comes to my house, which I never told, I kept to myself. But the real reason is that Elijah Muhammad, the head of the movement, is the father of 8 children by 6 different teenage girls.
So now, Noble Ali took out the picture in 1929. He passed it off to Elijah Muhammad, but...
No, he didn't. He didn't pass anything off to Elijah Muhammad. Liar. This liar that you people are repping for because you see Taj next to him, yes man in him. That's what you're down with. That's what you're down with? You're a Taj Tariq Bey dick rider now? You're riding Rod Hayes' dick because Taj Tariq Bey sat next to him? Or did a live with him or something? You Taj Tariq Bey dick riders. Didn't he say don't follow him? Why the hell you following him for? I thought he said don't follow him. I thought Taj Tariq Bey said don't follow him. Well, he sanctioned Shalimar Bey, and he sanctioned the consulate, and he sanctioned Lamont, and he sanctioned Mahdi, and he sanctioned whatever. You didn't hear this goofball Lamont talking about he's gonna sell Taj's book, which is like 15 notes, and give him some of that? How come he's not gonna share the $5,000 that he's charging for foreclosure writs? How come he's not gonna share the $5,000? Is he sharing that? Because we know all his information comes from Taj Tariq Bey. We already know, we could hear his language, and it's in every Taj Tariq Bey video that we ever seen. Talking just like the master teacher. And then now you idiots chasing these people because Taj Tariq Bey sat next to them. Taj Tariq Bey did a live with them. Well, we have Skypes forever with Taj Tariq Bey. You guys aren't supporting us and shit. How come you're not supporting us? Here's Cujo with Taj on the phone right here.
So we have to work together to try to overcome that and share information with them so that we can all come together and honor our mothers and fathers and reclaim our lost estate. So once we present the truth that is based on our study into others, and their position is to remain where they are, it's time to pretty much just. It is like this from the Europeans' position, because this is what remember, this is what Calvin Cruz said, even with J. Edgar Hoover, when they set up the COINTELPRO operations. Said, given this, and he said that to Noble Drew Ali when he made them take the flag out of the vaults. He says, giving these niggas back Islam would be like putting a pair of pants on a horse. However, if you can get 500 to follow you, I'll back you with my Army and Navy. And of course, you know it was millions, including with the support and help of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, who was teaching government structure, and then they accelerated their COINTELPRO operations, which they don't admit to until later. And this is where the tradition of the infiltration of all of the Asiatic and Moorish organizations have.
It's 9 years ago. What you people did for Canaanland Moors in 9 years. We know Taj Tariq Bey. How come you don't support us? How come you don't give us views and all that stuff? How come our stuff has 5 views and all these traders have 50 million views when they're with Taj Tariq Bey? F you people. All you ungrateful bastards out there. Here's Canaanland Moors, Taj Tariq Bey, Noble Drew Ali Day. When last you heard Taj Tariq Bey laugh at something? Really laugh at something? When? When? Tell me when. Find me some other Moors that made Taj Tariq Bey laugh like this. You tell me. F you people. You don't support the real. Just a bunch of followers.
So I told him that definitely wasn't pandemic. You must be talking about the club members. I assured him it wasn't pandemic. So here you go.
You guys should be grateful you heard Taj laugh for once in your life without you guys getting cussed out and talking about the redundancy of you keep saying the same stuff every day, Dr. G. Every Friday we're saying the same stuff, Dr. G. Him stressed out, bags under his eyes and all that stuff. When last did you see Taj Tariq Bey lean back, comfortable, chilling? How come he's lean back, comfortable, chilling? How come? Because he was with Canaanland Moors, that's why. You guys gonna come ride with us? No. Well, you're gonna ride with Rod Hayes. You're gonna ride with badge people because they got the blue and red lights and they got Taj coming out the car. Oh my gosh, those guys must be the ones because Taj is with them.
Well, we got Taj right here. What's the problem? Why are you not repping for Canaanland Moors like you rep for all these other traders, like you rep for Matt D and all these people? You rep for Matt D because Taj was on the birthday celebration for Taj Street Bay. Matt D's on there sucking Taj dick about we're gonna send you Matt D because you're the master teacher, so we're going to send you one for free. What Taj tell this jackass? Yeah, make sure you autograph it for me. So when you send it or whatever. So is Taj going to use an autographed Matt D? Is he going to use it? You really think he's going to use it, you dumb punk asshole? All you punk assholes who have a Matt D. Because he's seen Taj with it, so we're going to be Taj is with it, so we're going to be getting the Matt D because that's the real Moorish ID because Taj said it. FOH to you people. F all you people. Damn dick riders. You guys just riding his dick. Get off Taj Street Bay's dick. He's 70 plus years old. Go study. Had Taj Street Bay's number for 15 years. Called him probably 3 times. The hell am I calling him for? He wrote everything that he needs to tell me. He did every lecture that we could do. We got every DVD of him. What am I calling him for? To talk about what? Talk about what? What are you talking about? The hell out of here. All you people who are riding Taj Street Bay's dick because you see him next to some dirty Moors. Now you're looking at us. Well, you guys aren't because you're dissing Rod Hayes, so you don't support Taj. FOH, you damn traitors. FOH to all you people. Here again. Taj Street Bay again with Canaanland Moors. You gonna ride with us or what? What's going on? Matter of fact, we're the first people that got Taj online and all that stuff. Nobody had Taj online before us. Everything was Blog Talk Radio and go to the lecture and all that stuff. We were the ones. RV Bay, we got them online first. Nobody was putting them online. We were putting them online. Taj Street Bay, we're the ones put them online. Just go to Canaanland Moors YouTube page and put in Skype and see how much people we put online for you ungrateful bastards. Honors to all the Moors who've been supporting. We're not talking about you. We're talking about the ones who don't support. We're talking to the ones who sit in the back and play like we haven't put in our work. We have a building. The hell you talking about? Half of these people don't leave their damn room to do a live with you. We doing classes at the temple for years, putting it online. Years. We've been doing lectures, classes, Skypes, whatever, at the temple building, not from the couch. Even though we do some stuff from the couch, we do some stuff from the house too and all that stuff. We might do some stuff outside, but we have a building. We've been had a building. But you're not hearing what we're saying. You're going to listen to the people who's pushing pedophiles. They're repping for pedophiles, telling you that pedophiles are the ones who Noble Drew Ali gave the authority to. No, he didn't. Damn liars. Matter of fact, these pedophiles, what these pedophiles do? These pedophiles in 1964, when it became clear that Malcolm X silencing from the Nation of Islam would not be resolved within 90 days, originally announced, the rift took a litigious turn. Just weeks after Malcolm announced the formation of the new religious group, Muslim Mosque Incorporated, Mosque No. 7 Secretary Maceo X. Owens filed papers on behalf of the NOI to have the former minister and his family evicted from the Queen's home. I thought they said they love Malcolm and all that stuff. We love Malcolm. Oh, Malcolm, no, No, they're a bunch of sellouts. The whole NOI camp. The whole of them are a bunch of sellouts because we know all of them know. There's Brother Yusuf right there. He could tell you when they were running up to the Moors when we were near Springfield, Massachusetts, and they were running up to the Moors talking about honors to Noble Drew Ali, bowing, kissing our feet. Bowing to the Empress that was with us, kissing her hand and all that stuff. Like, what? You guys know about Moors and all that? Oh, yeah, we know about Noble Drew Ali, and we know all kind of that temple, Moorish Holy Temple of Science, 1925, and then the Civic Organization, 1926, and then 1928, Moor Science Temple. And so you know all that. Why you guys out here playing Negro games and all that stuff? All these people sold you out. And, you know, you're not going to get it. You're going to keep looking at, you know, the Canaanland Moors ain't be decisive because they're not friends with anybody. They keep calling people sellouts and they don't call themselves sellout. Because we're not sellout. That's why we don't call ourselves sellout. But we'll tell you Rod Hayes is a sellout. We'll tell you that. We know for sure he's a sellout. We know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, he's a sellout because he doesn't honor Noble Drew Ali. He doesn't honor Moors. He only honors his big mama, whoever the hell that is. And he never showed you a picture of his big mama yet. He haven't showed you one book yet. And you chasing after these people? Then you're looking at Canaanland Moors like we're not doing something or whatever like that. FOH. And we don't care if you're talking like that, we're not going to support you, but you're going to go support Rob Hayes calling people pussy-ass niggas and all that, right? You're going to support that, though, right? Does that make sense? That makes sense to you? It does? Okay. You go over there. You go over there with Rod. You go over there with $5,000 consulate people and all that stuff. Right? Because everybody calls the people's grand sheik when they want to complain about some traitors out there. It ain't me going and searching for these people. I could give a F about these people. You don't care about these traitors. It's people complaining. Forget $500 an hour. If I had $1 an hour, for all these people that call complaining, and well, please don't tell anybody because I don't want to be this. What do you mean don't tell anybody? What do you mean? Didn't they just rob you? Didn't they just take $5,000 out your pocket? Yeah, but I don't want to. All right. The NOI stance on the eviction. Oh, forgot about this part. Meanwhile, Malcolm continued efforts to publicize Muhammad's extramarital affairs, outing Muhammad on Mike Wallace's CBS News program and sending top aide James 67X to Phoenix to gain signatures necessary for a paternity suit by 2 of his former secretaries. The NOI's stance on the eviction trial was that the home had been purchased for Malcolm in his ministerial capacities, but that he had severed his relationship with the establishment of MMI. Conversely, Malcolm's argument was that he had never been given the proper trial according to established NOI protocol, which included a hearing in front of the local mosque to be brought before a civil court rather than a Muslim court was a clear deviation of the principles. This is what you guys are repping? These people? These non-Noble Drew Ali honors? These non-Noble Drew Ali honors. One of the Moors sent me this one. Like I said, we got spies everywhere. I don't think you could talk BS and all that stuff. We asked Moors, so why you got beef with Canaanland Moors? Oh, they speak ill on Taj, and they left a message Drew Ali put in code to spot dirty Moors. They created their condition when they followed dirty Moors' warning of the chief. Oh yeah? We're dirty, huh? Oh yeah? So if we're dirty, what's this? What's this if we're dirty?
All right, so I marked this one because, it say every indigenous individual have the right to a nationality. But as I see it, a nation is nothing but a corporation, bro. And I got that.
That's what they are.
And I went to go
They are.
confirm that. You feel me? Like, we don't.
But look, you see that there's no extrapolation to that statement.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Gotcha.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Because you still have a right to sell yourself into servitude.
Right. There you go. Damn.
Selling yourself into servitude is not a right. That's not a right. Incompetence is why people sell themselves into servitude. People don't willingly sell themselves into servitude. Who does that? People only do that because of incompetence. Incompetence isn't a right. That's trained behavior. Incompetence is socially engineered. That's not something you're born with. People aren't born incompetent. Like one of the Moors said, they went and they asked a child, hey, what color is your ball? Black. What color is your skin? Brown. Are you black? No, I don't look like my ball. Oh, you see how simple that is? You see how simple that is? But they're going to tell you that. But then when you go to the UN's telling you, this is what the UN's telling you. UN's telling you the right to a nationality is of paramount importance to the realization of other fundamental rights. The right to a nationality is of paramount importance. Possession of a nationality carries with it the diplomatic protection of the country of nationality and is also often a legal or practical requirement for the exercise of fundamental rights. So no one can talk about rights if they don't have a nationality. And if they are, they're a fraud. So you see how they're going to go through the UN declarations of the rights of indigenous people and all that stuff, and then they're going to talk about Article 1, Article 2, Article 3, Article 4, Article 5, Article 7, Article 8, Article 9, all the way down to 50. And then they're not going to tell you that they voided Article 6, which is the right to a nationality, which means that they're selling you out because you can't exercise the rights that you're talking about in the UN declarations without a nationality. That's why it's part of all of the declarations, whether it's the rights of a child, whether it's the rights of human beings, everyone has a right to a nationality. Everyone has a right to a nationality. So if everyone has a right to a nationality, then why are they telling you that nations are corporations and all that, as if all nations are corporations? Moorish nation is not a corporation. If Negro black colored is the corporate jurisdiction, and Noble Drew Ali said, you're not Negro black colored, you're a Moor, how is that corporate? Matter of fact, before Noble Drew Ali, who was telling you about nationality? It appears like everything after Noble Drew Ali is a fiction. Really and truly, if you really look at this with your eyes wide open like you're supposed to, you would realize that Noble Drew Ali is the founder of telling you about nationality. And nobody else told you about nationality other than Noble Drew Ali. So if everybody after Noble Drew Ali started telling you that, oh, it doesn't matter what you call yourself, you're black and you're Negro and you're African and you're Indian and you're all this stuff, right? If they're telling you that you're all that stuff, then doesn't that mean that they're corporate? Matter of fact, if we go to American Indian sovereignty, we find out when we enter into the realm of federal Indian law, we need to keep in mind that we are traveling in a semantic world created by one group to rule another. The terminology of law is a powerful naming process. In working with this law, we will use the names that it uses, but we will always want to keep in mind that the reality behind the names is what we are struggling for. According to the theory of sovereignty in federal Indian law, tribal peoples have a lesser form of sovereignty, which is not really sovereignty at all, but dependence. In the words of Chief Justice John Marshall in Cherokee Nation versus Georgia, American Indian societies, though they are nations, in the general sense of the word, are not fully sovereign, but are domestic dependents. The shell game of American Indian sovereignty, the now you see it, now you don't quality, started right after the beginning of the federal Indian law. The foundation of federal Indian law is the assertion by the United States of a special kind of non-sovereign sovereignty. The hell is non-sovereign sovereignty? The hell is that? Oh, that's what you get when you say that you're Indian. No, let's carry on. In 1973, the Federal District Court for the District of Montana stated the underlying principle in the case of United States versus Blackfeet tribe. The facts were simple. The Blackfeet Business Council passed a resolution authorizing gambling on the reservation and the licensing of slot machines, which is a fraud because they shouldn't even be doing that. Why are they gambling? Why are they gambling? That's not their culture. Gambling is their culture. An FBI agent seized 4 machines. The Blackfeet Tribal Court issued an order restraining all persons from removing the seized articles from the reservation. The FBI agent, after consultation with the United States Attorney, removed the machines from the reservation. There's that non-sovereign sovereignty right there. A tribal judge, not a European judge, a tribal judge then ordered the U.S. Attorney to show cause why he should not be cited for contempt of the tribal court. The U.S. Attorney applied to the federal court for an injunction to block the contempt citations. The Blackfeet tribe argued that it is sovereign and that the jurisdiction of the tribal court flows directly from this sovereignty. The federal court said, no doubt the Indian tribes were at one time sovereign, and even now the tribes are sometimes described as being sovereign. The blunt fact, however, is that an Indian tribe is sovereign to the extent that the United States permits it to be sovereign, neither more or less. While for many years the United States recognized some elements of sovereignty in the Indian tribes and dealt with them by treaty, Congress, by Act of March 3, 1871, prohibited the further recognition of Indian tribes as independent nations. Congress, by Act of March 3, 1871, prohibited the further recognition of Indian tribes as independent nations. Thereafter, the Indians and the Indian tribes were regulated by Congress. The power of Congress to govern by statute rather than treaty has been sustained. United States versus Kagama. The power is a plenary power, and in its exercise, Congress is supreme. United States versus Nice. It follows that any tribal ordinance permitting or purporting to permit what Congress forbids is void. And remember, the law, right, when they say stare decisis, when they say, oh, this is the Supreme Court, and then the Supreme Court, and there's a law. Okay, well, this is what Supreme Court ruling is saying. So that means that they got to go by that, right? They can't make up their own stuff now, right? This since 1871 we're talking about. What year is it now? And why are they trying to play with you like they got sovereignty and all that stuff when their sovereignty comes from Congress? All the Indians, any Indians, and any Indian tribes. It is beyond the power of the tribe to in any way regulate, limit, or restrict a federal law officer in the performance of his duties, and the tribe having no such power, the tribal court can have none. The fundamental premise of American Indian sovereignty as defined in federal Indian law is that it is not sovereignty. Federal power truncates tribal sovereignty in myriad ways, too numerous to list here. Federal Indian law is perhaps the most complex area of United States law, including tax laws. In civil and criminal law, both the range and scope of tribal sovereignty is fragmented into overlapping and contradictory rules premised on one foundation, the plenary powers of the United States. That such plenary power is nowhere stated in the United States Constitution is more than a small nuisance to the judges who have declared its existence. Administrative agencies and Congress alike graspingly firm to their judicially created prerogatives of total power over their wards, who are now called Indians. Over their wards? Federal Indian law is the continuation of colonialism on the basis of a non-sovereign tribal sovereignty. The United States has built an entire apparatus for dispossessing indigenous peoples of their lands, their social organizations, and their original powers of self-determination. The concept of American Indian sovereignty is useful to the United States because it denies indigenous power in the name of indigenous sovereignty. In 1831, the Cherokee Nation sued the state of Georgia in the Supreme Court to protect Cherokee lands. The court denied the Cherokee suit on the ground that the Indian nation is not a foreign nation entitled to sue a state in the Supreme Court. The decision has never been overruled. We all want to be Indians. You want to be Indians? You don't want to be Moors? But you want to be Indians. And then talking crazy about Moors? Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting that you're going to chase these sellouts, these Taj Street Bay dick riding sellouts. You're going to chase them all over the place. But you're not going to give honors where honors is due. Which we get it. You know, majority of you people aren't ready. Majority of you people aren't ready. Majority. That's why Drew Ali told them more. It's only going to be a handful saved. So we ain't concerned with the dummies. We just use them as usual, as a beating stick. Use them as a piñata. And hopefully you wake up and get your common sense back. Because we know common sense is not too common nowadays. We know common sense is very rare. You know it's very rare. But we're at the 7th. We're at the 7th of the 7th. And you got 77 days to elevate. You don't know what that is? No, just go to khalifamedia.com at Khalifa Media IG and just go through the posts and see what's going on with the 77-day challenge. You got 77 days to get your stuff right. See how right you are after your 77 days. You got 77 days to elevate. To elevate. So we already know all you non-sovereignty people are not going to be taking part in this. We already know all the Negro, black, coloreds, and whoever's not going to take part in this. We know that you haters is not going to be taking part in this. We know you're not. We know that once you see that L, once you see that Bay, once you see that Fez turban, you see Noble Drew Ali or something like that, you go into panic mode and not want anything to do with it. But we give honors to the Moors. We give honors to all the Moors worldwide. We give honors to all the mothers worldwide. We give supreme honors to the forerunner and the prophet, Noble Drew Ali. We already know that you're going to see 7-7 and you're going to be in panic mode. 7 is number of Moors, oh my God. And start your dumb stuff. So carry on as you were. But all the Moors, honors to you. Keep the flame lit. Keep your foot, your knee. Keep strangling these traitors. You already know we're on the high road, looking at the low road and seeing all the traitors, seeing all the treasonous, seeing all the opportunists, seeing all the fall on the sworders on the low road, trying to make themselves look important, trying to make themselves feel important, when we know they're useless. They're useless to the nation, and they're useless to the Moors. And oh yeah, for all you new people, if you're new to this, make sure you go get the new book by Brother Atazaz Bey, The Hidden Nation. It's a good read for all Moors, but it's really a good read for the new people. If you just found out yesterday about this information, well, how am I gonna learn? I don't know. What do I do? And get this book right here. Take that one in. That'll wake you up to some stuff that you probably never considered. Honors to all the Moors. Honors to all the supporters who's been repping since day one. All the day ones. Honors to you. And all the new people just coming in. Don't be fooled by these pedophile lovers out here. These Elijah Muhammad lovers and all that stuff. Anybody supporting these pedophiles, you don't deal with them. Anybody supporting girls changing their sex and boys changing their sex and being other stuff and all that stuff, don't support them people. They're selling you out. And they've been selling you out. You just haven't been, you just haven't really been haven't been put on game. Right? Oh yeah. And Brianna just pleaded guilty to some drug charges or something like that. Drug charges for a vape pen. Like Brother Sindiata said, don't take for granted your freedom in Morocco. Don't take it for granted. You better have honor for your ancestors letting you have this vast estate for you to be able to live freely in. But we're not free if you get murdered in the street. It's better than what she's going through in Russia. Tell you that stuff. Better than what she's going through in Russia for a vape pen. Vape pen? 10 years for a vape pen? Do you think getting shot up over here is bad stuff? Well, yeah. And don't let Rod Hayes tell you that he made the Prime Minister of Britain resign and all that stuff because he's the whatever. He took the power away from the Vatican and he took the power away from Buckingham Palace. So that's why Boris Johnson resigned, because Rod Hayes did something. If you fall for that BS, you're a dumbass. Because everybody knows that he's a piece of shit. Not Rod Hayes, Boris Johnson. Everybody knows. And his whole cabinet said F him and jump ship. That's what you people should be doing with all these traitors Instead of chasing them all over the place. Instead of chasing them all over the place, right? Instead of chasing them all over the place, do like Boris Johnson's cabinet did. Just don't even say anything. Just head for the door. Let them sit there by themselves. Right? Let them sit there by themselves. Right? It's that simple. It's really that simple. Right? I know America and all that stuff. This is Morocco. You know America. This is the Moroccan Empire. Tell me about some 60 something. Jualis since the 1920s. You're making up stuff. What great spirit? This is Allah. Stop this. Allah's the great spirit. Ain't no great spirit over here. If you're talking about great alcohol, you probably drink too much. Stop drinking. Slow down on your liquor. Great spirits. This is Morocco. This is the Moroccan Empire over here. This is not an island of turtles. Stop the BS. There's no way that a continent is an island. So stop the crap. And we already know you people have non-sovereign sovereignty. So we don't want to hear anything. Or you people. I bet your grandma ate pork and all that stuff. Bet you. Bet your grandma ate pork. Bet you she's a pork eater. Moose eater and all that stuff. The indigenous. What do you think they kill a buffalo and doing? Kill the buffalo and they eat the buffalo, don't they? They ain't just discarding the buffalo. They killed the buffalo and then they ate the buffalo. Right? You know that your grandma, who was one of these traders, probably did treaties with Europeans in this land. Right now they're mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Take some of that Empress fire that you got and put it on your own ass. Burn yourself. Just like we told this other trader. How about go scalp yourself? Go scalp yourself. Tell me about your grandma. I don't care about your damn grandma told you something. That's not what my grandma said. My grandma's from over here too. They ain't say that we're Indians. Stop the dumb stuff. Know who you people think you are. Know who you think you are. I don't know who you think you are. We're such a clown for the devil, but you're over here. It's interesting. It's interesting how all you traders and all you sellouts and all that stuff always on our stuff. If we're so wrong and we're such devils and stuff like that, shouldn't you be staying away from us? Shouldn't you not be here if we're so devilish? Why are you over here? Why are you even commenting? You're not afraid that you're going to get something in the chat or something like that? You're not afraid somebody's going to hex you if we're the devil? No? But you're not going to say nothing to Rod Hayes, who admitted that he controls hell and all that stuff. He has power over hell, but you're not going to go call him a devil. But you're going to be over here calling us devils. But you're not going to go call Rod Hayes a devil, though. I bet you. Bet you you're not going to go call Rod Hayes a devil. I bet you. Praise Allah for the countdown. So we'd have to deal with these traitors in the chat. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. Slaying the beast. Honors to the Prophet Noble Juali. Honors to all Moors worldwide. Honors to all mothers. Peace and love to all the Moors. Islam, Islam, Islam.